We definitely need to solve this burgeoning problem here. It's a huge problem, spending $2.5 trillion or 20% of our GDP, soon to become 30% of our GDP in next 7-8 years. So we need to definitely solve this problem. This is actually what's bankrupting America. This is what's actually bankrupting Americans. 60% of our personal bankruptcies are caused by medical bills, unpayable medical bills, and take it. 80% of these folks who declared such bankruptcies, they had health insurance. So it's a problem which we need to solve. And it's definitely bankrupting America too, with our increasing debt and with our rising unemployment and with our failing businesses. There is a solution to this problem we need to solve. Okay? The solution really falls into two categories, broadly speaking. One category is loosely termed as the healthcare funding mechanisms. We can create efficiencies in that, and I'll harp on that in a minute. And the other one is called the healthcare delivery efficiencies. We can do things in a slightly different fashion at the doctor's offices and the hospitals to cut down on these costs tremendously. Some very big think tanks on both sides of the aisle have come up with this idea. This is not just my idea here. The idea is to create the efficiencies in such a way to avoid the avoidable problems. We can cut down the cost by as much as $1 trillion while we are increasing the quality of the health care. There are more techniques to that. There is the evidence-based medicine, which is gaining ground very rapidly, and by which we can use the experiences of other successful procedures which other doctors have done elsewhere in the country and adopt them on a national basis. We can cut down on these costs dramatically here. Now let me come down to the first methodology I was talking about, and I'm harping in my book on that whole lot, and on this one too, and I'm finding a mechanism by which we can enforce both of these efficiencies in such a fashion that we can cumulatively drop these costs to less than half what we are paying today. And that has huge implications for our economy, for our health, for everything. Now, what I'm talking about in the funding mechanisms is by empowering the consumer. Again, this is not a new idea. I'm building upon that idea, and this is already tried and tested, and it's gaining ground very rapidly. But let me introduce the Healthy Life Fund solution which I'm proposing that can accomplish both of these things into one unified mechanism to reduce our healthcare costs tremendously and solve our economic problems and your personal problems. Now, by empowering you by this, you can put as much as $5,000 in your pocket versus your health insurance or health industry's pockets each and every year. This is like a good Christmas bonus to you. Or you can call it a pay raise. Or you can call it, by accepting this pay raise, you're helping America and fellow Americans too. You're creating millions of jobs. You're reducing national debt. You're jump-starting our economy. What else more can we do with this?